was nearly empty.
Good afternoon and welcome to East Whittleston Hall today. Thank you to the band, and we already given them a round of applause for their wonderful entertainment. We'll give them another round of applause now. Now, for anybody who doesn't know who I am, I'm Alan's son Richard. Difficult to tell, no family resemblance. And for one thing and another, coming up in about the next hour-ish, you're going to have to get used to hearing my voice because I've been press ganged, nominated, all right, okay, into being the idiot with the microphone for a bit today. So first thing I've got to do is explain to you all exactly what it is that we're doing here today, just in case anybody's not sure. And we are, of course, celebrating the wedding of my dad, Alan, and Caroline, which took place at Bradford Register Office a week ago, which was the last day of September. Remember that phrase, it's important. Because you might remember a certain childhood nursery rhyme or a folk song or something about a big ship sailing on the Ali-Ali-O on the last day of September. And that is what has inspired the theme for today, in fact the whole of the wedding proceedings as well. As you can see around the room, we've got various bits of maritime memorabilia around, and every table's named after a famous or infamous ship as well. And your invitations were styled as passports, I hope you noticed that. All in keeping with today's theme. Now, some people have asked how come the wedding was last week and the reception is today. Now, apparently East Whittleston Hall, the barn here, was booked last week by somebody else. And my dad, for some reason, was very keen that the wedding took place on the last day of September. I think that might be to do with his failing memory and needing a nursery rhyme to be able to remember when his wedding anniversary was going to be. He wrote that gag, by the way. Now, in the passport invitations, one thing that was mentioned in there, and I hope you all noticed that there was no wedding list and there was no expectation for any of you to bring a gift. To quote, "It's your presents we want, not your presents." He wrote that as well. However, knowing that some people would want to make a gesture to the happy couple, they'd asked for donations to charity rather than presents. There are two official charities for the proceedings for the wedding. Firstly, Manorlands, which, if you don't know, is a local Sue Ryder hospice just up the road at Cullingworth, and also Oxfam Unwrapped, for which you'll find booklets on the table. And maybe you'd like to add to Mr. and Mrs. Murray's menagerie, because as well as the cats, they're now the proud parents of Humphrey the camel, thanks to a donation to Oxfam Unwrapped, which has been made in their name. Other good causes that other people have chosen to support include shelter and a charity providing school equipment for children in India. In fact, rather than spending your money on my dad or Caroline, they're really happy for you to make a donation to any charity, in fact, so that other people can benefit from their happiness. Oh, nice. But it has to be said, and I've been asked to stress this, doubly stress this, that these gifts are not expected at all. Nobody is expected to give anything, only do it if you really want to. Well, that felt a bit like children in need for a minute there. So let me explain to you what's going to be coming up in the next few minutes, and in fact for the rest of the evening. In reverse order from when you go home, we've got a disco. Before that, a few speeches. Don't worry, they won't be too bad, probably. There's going to be a delicious buffet dinner as well before that, and before all of that, in keeping with today's maritime theme, and the main reason I'm up here on stage feeling like a complete twit, is a nautical but nice quiz! this is going to require you to be at the tables and write things down. So I'm going to give you all a few minutes to get yourself sorted. And my dad wants to go to the toilet, and people all want drinks from the bar, all that sort of thing. There are 2 sheets on the tables, you'll see. First is the quiz. Everybody started talking again. I haven't finished yet. Shush. Thanks. I get this bossy straight from somewhere. I'll let you work that out. So there's 2 sheets on the table. The first is the quiz answer sheet. The second, just for fun, is a selection of dingbat type visual puzzles. And I'll give you the answers for those a little bit later on. The quiz sheets you're going to need in about 5 minutes. We'll get the quiz underway. But the first round of the quiz is a visual round, and it's based on the portholes which are on the wall over there. So you might want to have a wander around and have a look at the portholes and identify the ships that you can see through the porthole. All very exciting. Months of planning went into this. So I'll stick some music on now, and we'll start the quiz in about 5 minutes' time. Okay, then I think we're ready to get going with the nautical but nice quiz now then. Which, because of that first round being something for you to look at, we slightly unconventionally will start at round 2. Is everybody ready? No, I said, is everybody ready? Yeah, right, okay then. So we start with round 2 then, which is navigation. It's all geographical questions. Question 1 then. What sea is the lowest point on the Earth's surface? What sea is the lowest point on the Earth's surface? It's easy. Who was paying attention at school? Who can remember being at school? Okay, question 2 then. Which sea is bordered by Sweden, Finland, Russia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland and Germany? I'll give you that list again. What sea is bordered by Sweden, Finland, Russia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland and Germany? I'm glad to see you're all taking this very seriously, because there is a prize. Right, the countries again, one last time. Everybody paying attention. Sweden, Finland, Russia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland and Germany. Not repeating it again. If you missed it, you missed out. Question 3. Which is the largest ocean? Okay, then we'll go on to question 4 now. The cities of Sebastopol, Istanbul, Yalta and Odessa are on which sea? Okay then, I think we're done with round 2 there, which would mean I think that we come to round 3. But before we've got something else really exciting, it's a spot prize. No, really exciting. I want to build this up. Okay, it's a spot prize, and I think it demands a really big ooh. Brilliant. Through the quiz, that noise, message in a bottle, will be going off randomly at various points, I say randomly, kind of randomly-ish. And we'll be inviting somebody from a mystery table to come up to the stage here, and we'll be getting them to win a prize. Some tap that my dad's bought off me. I mean, it's quality gifts for you to treasure. And the method of picking a prize is by selecting a message in a bottle. This wasn't my idea, by the way. So music, obviously, this is going to all ties in nicely. The bottles are here on stage next to me. Without further ado, the bride and groom are picking a table, or a boat, or ship, should I say? Ship. Which will reveal which table we're going to pick the lucky first prize winner. It's Queen Mary. Wait, put your hands up if you're on the Queen Mary. Right. And then we're going to pick a name for someone randomly from the table. No, you don't get to choose, it's all random. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. It'll get easier as the quiz goes on. Let's have a round of applause. Now what you have to do is randomly pick one of the bottles and remove the message from it to reveal what fabulous prize you've won. Right, ooh, tension's unbearable, isn't it? Okay, what's the prize? A life ring mirror, and it says, "Hello my darlings." Again, Dad's written gags that have gone on all of these, but if you'd like to take away your beautiful prize, there's more of this wonderful stuff to give away throughout the afternoon. Right, okay, now I think we can get on with the quiz properly now, so let me just do that, because I think we are now on to round 3, which is, we have entitled the Sea Shanties round. It's 4 songs that all have some kind of connection to today's theme, in either the title or the artist or both, and we'd like you to identify the title and the artist if you could. All 4 answers from round 3. Artists and titles, you'll get half a point for each one that we get. Oh, it's happened again! Right, it's another message in a bottle time. So we could ask the bride and groom to randomly select another table. Empress of Britain. Okay. Give us a wave, Empress of Britain. We win the award for the most reluctant table of the evening. We were all hoping, no, don't put it in us.
It's Rachel.
Okay, let's see what fantastic prize Rachel's going to get from Davy Jones Picnic Camper. Yes, we've done the Alan Wicker joke already, Dad. It didn't go down very well. Okay, here we go. Let's see what it is. Only by the drum roll. It's tonight's star prize, apparently. The Titanic life ring, only used once. Let me come backstage and get one. You've got to keep this on around your neck for the rest of the night. Well, congratulations. Let's have a round of applause. Now, don't worry, that might have been the star prize, but there is still plenty of other really good stuff for you to win in there-ish, sort of. Right, okay, we're on to round 4 now then, and this is the captain's table, and all of the answers to these questions are famous captains, okay? So we'll start with question 1. Who captained the Nautilus in the book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Who captained the Nautilus in the book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Question 2. Who was the captain of the Bounty whose crew mutinied? That just sound right. Who had a mutiny? Captain of the Bounty whose crew had that famous mutiny. What is his name? Question 3. What is the name of the whale-obsessed captain in Moby Dick? The whale-obsessed captain in Moby Dick, what's his name? And question 4. Which Austrian naval captain married a former nun and had a bunch of singing children? Former Austrian naval captain married a former nun and had a bunch of singing children. Okay, so that's the end of round 4. Oh, it's gone off again. What a surprise! Right, so we need a boat, ship picking and a name picking, if you could please. It's being randomly done on board the Titanic in the middle of the room there. The Canberra, was that? The Canberra. Where's the Canberra? Sound excited, Canberra. And the name is. Marion coming. Right then, let's have a look. Another quality prize. Really cleared out power stretcher, I think, for this. Picking another bottle, pull out the message, and let's see what the fabulous prize is. What we got? It's a sailor alarm clock. All the nice girls love me, it says. Let's have a round of applause for our latest Message in a Bottle winner. It's just like the Oscars, this, isn't it? Very exciting. Okay, now, as I did just warn you, the next round is round 5, and it's about spelling, a spell at sea. 4 difficult words, all connected with sailing and cruises and all that sort of thing. First one, then, if everybody's ready, is Poseidon. Poseidon, as in the film, as in some god of the sea, Poseidon. Starts with a P. I'll give you a clue. Okay, number 2. Mediterranean. Mediterranean. Move swiftly on to number 3. Caribbean. Caribbean is number 3. And number 4, Mississippi. Yeah, everybody do that same rhyming now. So Mississippi, so the words were Poseidon, Mediterranean, Caribbean, and Mississippi. Give you a couple of seconds there before we move on to the next round. Oh, message in a bottle again! Yay! Everybody stop cheering at that point already. Need a bit more enthusiasm for this. And Mauritania. Where's the Mauritania? If you're on board the Mauritania, make yourselves known. Over there in the corner, hello! And it will be... Margaret! It's Margaret. Come to the front, Margaret. You've got something fantastic to pick out of David Jones' picnic hamper. I can only apologise for this. If you take yourself over to the picnic hamper there, let's have a look what exciting prize. And my glamorous assistant happy there? No, it's not a forfeit. You've won a life ring clock. Save time is the gag that my dad's written on this one. And not just the clock, but a bubble wrap bag as well. Fantastic, isn't it? Big round of applause, please. Okay, our next round is sailing onto this small screen, which is all TV theme tunes from programmes that have had some connection with the sea. I'm just stalling whilst we get this sorted. Okie dokie then. If we're ready, then we'll move on to round 6, and I'll play you the first of the theme tunes. What TV programme was this from? A very famous TV programme, but what was it? You don't have to spell it right, so this is a bit of a tricky one, and this isn't a spelling round, so don't worry. Question 1, and this I think is a bit easier. Question 2. On to question 3 then. And question 4. What's this the featuring from? That time at all. So I want an ooh for the message in a bottle. Thanks. Right, what's the position? Zealand. And which lucky person on board, passenger, that's what I was scribbling for, is going to get to come and take their pick from Davy Jones' Picnic Camper, or I'm on Tenterhooks.
Michelle!
Right then, let's see, what could it be?
It's a holiday for six.
Barbados!
A holiday for six.
Right, let's see. Oh, it's very exciting. A life ring mirror. Time to reflect. Brilliant. She looks so happy, doesn't she? Okay, next round then is round 7, which is the captain's mystery log. So if you're all ready, question 1. What was the name of the boat on which Jason searched for the Golden Fleece? Question 2. Who was playing bowls at Plymouth as the Spanish Armada approached? Who was playing bowls at Plymouth when the Spanish Armada sailed onto the horizon? Who was that? Question 3. Who led the British Navy to victory at Waterloo? No, that should be Trafalgar, not Waterloo. I knew I'd get something wrong. It was 1:15 this morning that I was finishing this up. Trafalgar, forget Waterloo. Oh, it's water in it. It confused me, you know, water boats to sea, never mind. Trafalgar. Trafalgar. Who led the British Navy to victory at Trafalgar is the question. I never said Waterloo, it was just a mistake with the microphone did something. It was picking up a taxi driving past. Question 4 then. Who was the Roman god of the sea? The Roman god of the sea, who was that? Is there actually somebody saying, ring him up? Are you taking it that serious? Okay, sorry. Oh, who wants to be a millionaire, you know? See what the star prize is. It's not necessarily that worth winning. Thanks. Oh, that was a message in the bottle. Right then, let's pick another ship if you could, please. Where's it going to be?
Celtic!
The Celtic. On board the Celtic, who is it? Still some fantastic prizes left, apparently. What is it? An orca back scratcher. Have a whale of a time, it says. Let's have a round of applause, if we could. You should applaud because next time it could be you. that's not a promise, that's a threat, I think. Okay, round 8 is the picture round with the famous faces that are on the quiz sheet for you there. So I think we'll move on to round 9 then. Oh no! Another message in a bottle straight away. Let's pick another ship. Who's on board the QE2? Fantastic prize, what is it? It's a Shell bottle stop. I'm not even going to bother reading the gag off that one because it's just not funny. I don't understand it. Fantastic. There's still plenty more to be won, so if your ship hasn't been picked yet, then don't worry, there's still plenty of time this evening. Right then, okay, we're on to round 9 then, which is All at Sea Cinema. All at Sea Cinema films. Be easy, wouldn't it? So we'll start with question 1. Which cartoon is all about a dad searching for his son at sea? Which cartoon is all about a dad searching for his son at sea? Okay, question 2. Which action movie sees George Clooney as a trawlerman who hits bad weather? George Clooney is a trawlerman who hits bad weather in what film? Spectacular action movie. Question 3. Which cartoon features the characters King Triton, Sebastian the Crab, and Ursula the Sea Witch? Which cartoon features King Triton, Sebastian the Crab, and Ursula the Sea Witch? And question 4, and this is the final round and the final question. I'm sure you're all really pleased to know. Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley and Johnny Depp, starring which movies set on the high seas? Which series of movies set at sea star Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley and Johnny Depp? And that's the final question of the quiz. This time. It's the Carpathia. Who's going to be potentially unbearable? Still some prizes left in the prize chest here. Okay, let's see what this is going to be. Another quality piece of maritime merchandise. It's a dolphin bottle opener. Flipper's friend for life, it says. Round of applause, please, everybody. Don't worry, it's nearly over. We'll be eating soon. Okie dokie then. Right, so we should have all of your answers on your sheets. Now we need you to swap them with another table, as we're going to do some marking. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give you a quick break so you can get a drink, or you can, like my dad, go to the toilet again. So I'll play you a song and then we'll get on with the answers in a couple of minutes' time. response? Have we got enough people in the room, or have a lot of them escaped? Well, I think we'll crack on anyway, because we're overrunning badly and everybody's dying to get their food, I'm sure. So, round one was the portholes. In no particular order, because we didn't put numbers on them. They are the Cutty Sark, the Blue Peter ship, the Titanic, and just to throw a bit of a different one in there, the Millennium Falcon, because it's a space ship. So the Cutty Sark, the Blue Peter ship, the Millennium Falcon, and the Titanic. Doesn't matter what order they're in, give them the points anyway. No, you can't have Spaceship, and no, you can't have Starship Enterprise. If you'd like me to spend a few hours going on about the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars, I can. But probably best for everybody else in the room, I don't do that. Okay, round two then. Be generous with the marking, I'm going to say to you all, because it's only a bit of fun at the end of the day, even though some people are taking this very seriously, I can tell. Round two then. Question one was, what sea is the lowest point on the Earth's surface? The answer is the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea. Question two, which sea is bordered by Sweden, Finland, Russia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland and Germany? It's the Baltic Sea. Question two was the Baltic Sea. Question three, which is the largest of the oceans? Not many to choose from, and it is the Pacific. The Pacific is the largest of the oceans. And question four, the cities of Sebastopol, Istanbul, Yalta and Odessa are on which sea? It's the Black Sea. The Black Sea is the answer to question four. We'll crack straight on with the answers for round three then, which were the musical ones. Half a point for the artist, half a point for the title. If you've only got one of them, get half a point, obviously. This was the first one. And this was Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, and the song Trains and Boats and Sleigh Bells. Half a point for the title, half a point for the artist, and so for all of them in this round. Okay, question two, this was the bit we played. It's the Riverboat song from Ocean Colour Scene. A double on that. Riverboat song, Ocean Colour Scene. Half a point for each. Okay, the next one I think was pretty easy, really. It is, of course, Rod Stewart with Sailing. Half a point for the artist, half a point for the song. And the last one I think was a wee bit trickier. This is what we played. Again, a double one this. It's the Lighthouse Family. And the song is So the four answers there were Trains and Boats and Planes by Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, the Riverboat song by Ocean Colour Scene, Sailing by Rod Stewart, and Ocean Drive from the Lighthouse Family. Hope you got all those right. Oh, a message in a bottle with the room half empty. It could be you. Right, let's pick a ship. The Great Britain. The excitement never ends, does it? Well, this quiz feels like it's never ending. It's a sailor alarm clock. Fantastic. That's beautiful. I'm sure that will take pride of place on your mantelpiece. Brilliant. Another round of applause, please. Okay then, where were we up to with this? Round 4. The answers for round 4. Question 1 in round 4 was who captained the Nautilus in the book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? It was Captain Nemo. Question 2. Who was the captain of the Bounty, who was subject to that mutiny? It's Captain Bligh. The whale-obsessed captain from Moby Dick wanted to know his name for question 3, and he is Captain Ahab. And which Austrian naval captain married a foreman nun and had a bunch of singing children was question 4. The answer is Captain Von Trapp, of course. So you should have Captain Nemo, Captain Bligh, Captain Ahab, and Captain Von Trapp. Right then. Oh, another message in a bottle. There's only a handful of them left now. Which ship will it be this time? That's the Queen Elizabeth. Or 1 in 3 chance of it being you. Sorry. 4, yeah. And who's it going to be? At least you've not got far to walk. Think of it in that positive way. I think she might need some assistance with this. Let's have a look. Well, she can probably read better than you actually, Dad. It's an orca back scratcher. Quality. It's ideal for babies, really. Not suitable for under 36 months. Right. Where are we up to now? How are you all doing in the quiz so far? Good, bad? Kind of everything? Right. Round of applause, please. Okay, have to listen carefully for this round 5 as spell at sea, because it's a spelling one. So we started off with Poseidon, number 1. That's P-O-S-E-I-D-O-N. P-O-S-E-I-D-O-N. And you get no points if you got the right letter in the wrong order. Before anyone else. Question 2 was Mediterranean. That's Mediterranean. Mediterranean. 3 was Caribbean. That's C-A-R-I-B-B-E-A-N. C-A-R-I-B-B-E-A-N. And question 4 was Mississippi. M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. I'm sure half of us said. M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. Anybody need me to repeat any of those spellings, or are you all happy? Speak now, or everybody, please. Oh, another message in a bottle. It's the Lusitania. And who could it be? The Lusitania. Which is the best? Have you seen the prizes that other people have won? It is a Shell bottle stop. She sells seashells, it says on it.
Thank you so much, and well enough, thank you so much, and you can all clap now.
Who would have thought he'd have taken the microphone and gone on and on? Okay, next round, I believe we are on to round 6 for the answers now, aren't we? Which is the television theme tunes round. So, right, what was this the theme tune to? Well, this was the Unneeding one. The question to you, what was this? Captain Footwash. And the third one was this. This was the theme tune from Howard's Way. So the people in the room admitting that they used to watch Howard's Way. And question 4, well, the song does it for itself, so I'll let it do it. In a second. Is Stingray. I'm not making any jokes about Steve Irwin at this point because I think that would be tasteless.
I think we have to put that down.
Okay, next round then, round 7, the Captain's History Log round, question 1. There's a lot of shouting going on there. I'm not really happy. By happy, I mean drunk. Okay. Right, well, we're on to round 7, the Captain's History Log, and the answers. Oh, we're missing a bottle. And you know what? It's the last one. Oh, last one. Which means... What? The Caledonia! Who knew it must have been then, because nobody else was left. And who's it going to be for the Caledonia? Have we picked a name? Stephen? That was a polite ripple of applause there for you, Stephen. Yes, you can pick any bottle you like at all, as long as it's the only one that's left. A dolphin bottle stopper.
It's quite a moving occasion for me, this. It's not often it's such a superb prize. I'd just like to thank my family that's given me the support throughout my career. And I'd just also like to thank Alan and Caroline for being up for it.
And it's made of pure silver paint, is the outside of that tape. Okay, then round 7, let's crack on, because I'm sure you're all as hungry as I am. Round 7 was the Captain's History Log. Question 1, what was the name of the boat on which Jason searched for the Golden Fleece? Well, that was called the Argo, because they got Argonauts, so the Argo was question 1. Who was playing bowls at Plymouth Hoe when the Spanish Armada turned up? It was Sir Francis Drake. Who led the British Navy to victory at Trafalgar? It was Nelson. And who was the Roman god of the sea? It was Neptune. So it was the Argo, Francis Drake, Nelson, and the Neptune. Okay, round 8 was the picture round for the famous faces that are on your sheet there. The nautical connection. You've got number 1 is Billy Ocean. Number 2 is Brian Ferry. Number 3 is Howard Keel. And number 4 is Rod Hull. So Billy Ocean, Brian Ferry, Howard Keel, and Rod Hull. No points for Emu on that one. And finally then, round 9, the films round. Question 1, which cartoon is about a dad searching for his son? It is Finding Nemo. Question 2, the action movie with George Clooney as a trawlerman in bad weather is A Perfect Storm.
cartoon with King Triton, Sebastian the Crab and Ursula the Sea Witch in it is The Little Mermaid. I will accept The Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea, the straight-to-video sequel. And question 4, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley and Johnny Depp were all in The Pirates of the Caribbean.
We just had some applications in.
So, that's it. If you can pass your quiz sheets back to the table where they started from, now we start having the argument about... That says Poseidon, that is the right order.
I wonder whether we can that.
Right, there are a potential 36 points. So, which Clever Devils have got 36 points? Nobody? Is that true? You got 36? Out of 36? Okay, right, 35 anybody? 35, 34. 34? I'm sorry, again, I like that one. I said 34, they were all there. 34? Okay, we need one representative for each of the two tables that have got 34 points then. Have we got two tables that have 34? Pick somebody and come up to the front. Is there another table that got 34? You've got 34 and a half. Does that make you our winners then? Nobody else got 34 and a half? My dad's checking it, he's not got his glasses on, so could say anything. 34 and 3/4, he says. Well, I think we have a winner. Round of applause. It was an hour of your life you won't get back, so you might as well clap. For everybody on the table, the quiz sheet's fallen on the floor. It's a big disaster. I've lost my script. I'm starving hungry like the rest of you, so I think we ought to give them a round of applause. Which table is it? The Caledonia. Another big round of applause for our winners of the quiz, the Caledonia. Right. Okay. That's just checking whether the food's ready. Sorry. But that's it from me. You'll be pleased to know. Okay, it's time for the speeches this evening. Prepare yourselves. It's from the man for whom one name isn't good enough, he has to have two. Alan Russell Murray, my dad, the groom, or to stay with the all at sea theme of today, as he's insisted I call him, the captain of our ship.
Captain of your ship speaking. Unprepared as I am, I'd just like to say a few words. I'd like to say that in moments of great fear or great danger, they do say that your life passes in front of your eyes. Caroline and I have a little bit of that feeling today. It's not because we're scared or frightened, I hasten to add. It's because we're very, very happy. It's completely the opposite, really, to that. As we look around at all of you here today, all our friends, family, colleagues, neighbours, any permutation of those people that you wish to make, we realise that you all represent different stages and different times of our lives. So you could say that instead of our lives passing in front of our eyes, Our eyes are passing in front of our lives, you people. Just let me reiterate, this is not a moment of great danger or great fear. It is a moment of extreme joy and happiness. Oh, Caroline put that in. I'm only joking, really. Really, we're both very happy to have tied the knot. I've forgotten to put my glasses on, by the way. I'll just do that. Oh, it's you lot. It's not a moment of great danger or great fear, it's extreme joy and happiness. We're very happy to have tied the knot. We make each other feel very special and wanted. And besides, who else would have us at our ages? Anyway, as I said, it's you. You all represent different parts and different stages of our lives. Lots of those times have been happy times, such as when the children came around. Sarah for Caroline, Richard and Rachel for me, and then the grandchildren. Just happened to turn up then. Ben and Charlotte, so far, I don't know if there's any more on the way or any more planned. Ben and Charlotte, their happiness Caroline and myself share together. We do, however, want to make one thing quite clear. Despite any rumours that you may have heard about the real reason why we got married last Saturday, there will not be any more children. For us, we've decided not to have any. As for more grandchildren, we'd be delighted, but please give us plenty of notice so that we can build up our reserves of synatogen and raisins, the light raisins. Unfortunately, we have shared some sad times together. It seems that these sad times are becoming more and more often. Usually it's when somebody near and dear leaves us. We've shared these times together and we've shed tears together at these times. They don't get any easier, don't these moments, but they do, as I said, seem to have got more frequent. So it's at this point that I'd like us all to remember a few people who should have been here today, but sadly they can't be. I'd like us all to remember my dad Bill, Caroline's dad Jim, my mum Margaret, Caroline's Grant Wright, my brother Roy, and Helen, a dear friend and colleague of Caroline's and of many of you here today. Let's remember them all, and any others that we may have missed, by raising our glasses. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to raise your glasses, please, to absent friends, and we will never forget them. To absent friends. Thunderbolts and lightning. That could be a message from absent friends, or it could be just a moment in Caroline's life when her life really did pass in front of her eyes. How many of us here today can claim that we've been struck by lightning? Caroline can, and some of the other same tailors can. Fortunately, she escaped with nothing worse than you get from being whacked with a wet tea towel. And you know the old saying that lightning never strikes twice? Well, it did for Caroline. And if that wasn't enough, yes, she was struck for a third time, which I think explains quite a lot. Not least the special powers that these bolts from above must have given you, Caroline. The surges of static coursing through your body, the electric energy being absorbed in every molecule. Special powers that you now call into action every day as you're transformed into Mrs. Murray. With the super ability and the power to live with me. Anyway, I love you with or without the electricity. But talking of electricity, and seeing Robert and Joyce sat there today, reminds me of a moment when my life passed in front of my eyes. It was at their house in North Yorkshire, helping them to chop down a tree that was causing them a few problems. My years of experience stood me in good stead. Out came the ladder, out came the chainsaw. Up I went. Robert stayed below, holding the ladder. It was a big branch. Bigger than that. That's more like it. The saw made light work of the branch and it started to fall. It was at that point that we noticed electrical cables directly in its fall to the ground. I really thought my time had come. Up a ladder in North Yorkshire. My life passed before my eyes. Something else passed by my underpants. As I said, my life passed before my eyes. However, what passed before Robert's eyes, as he stood there, dutifully holding the ladder, wasn't his life, but the chainsaw, as I dropped it in my hurry to get down the ladder. Luckily, it missed him, and apart from a minor power cut to the whole village, there was no lasting effects, even on me. I'd like now to say a few thank yous. Firstly, to all of you for joining us here today. It's you people, as I said, that make our lives, and the fact that you found the time to be with us today is much appreciated. Thank you. But before you applaud me, however, I just want to say a very special thank you to the mother of the bride, Josie. I want to say thank you, Josie, for that brown envelope stuffed with £20 notes. Sorry, for allowing Caroline to marry me. If you'd said no, then we wouldn't be here today. Oh well. We'll have a toast to Josie anyway, so if you'd all like to raise your glasses and have a toast to Josie. Josie, thank you. Before I finish with Caroline, I'd just like to say thank you to somebody else. He doesn't want any thank yous from me. I haven't had a best man, I've had an anchor man, which goes with the theme. He's not done it on his own, I'm sure that he's done it with his wife and maybe the children as well. But as I say, does not want me to thank him, but he's been responsible for all the music last week that we had at our house. He's been responsible for a lot of this, what I'm saying to you today. He's been responsible for the invitations that went out here, which everybody seems to think were very, very unusual, but very, very good. He's been responsible for a lot of things, my poverty. But he does not want me to thank him. So I'd like to ask all of you if you would shout very, very loudly, thank you to Richard and Stephanie for all the help that they've given me. Thank you, Richard and Stephanie. I haven't thanked you, Richard. Josie allowing Caroline and I to get married sees the coming together of two powerful dynamos. Caroline's family being, and my family, the Muries. I hope we can all get to know each other a lot better on many more occasions. Finally, to my darling wife. I can call her wife now. How do you tell somebody just what you really think about them? Especially in front of so many people. I put pen to paper, I thought of all sorts of things. Finally, I just thought I'd tell her what she means to me. Caroline, you're the one that I live and die for. You're the one that I also laugh and cry for. You're the one that I walk and dance with. You're the one I take a chance with. When no one understands you, and no one seems to care, when things go bad and you are sad, that's when I'll be there. I did have a little bit of help.
Wasn't that nice? Thank you. We'll now get the other side of the story. Oh yeah, give him a round of applause. We now need to get the other side of the story to make sure that we do hear both sides of the argument. If I could ask Caroline's brothers Nick and Chris up to say a few words from their point of view.
Hello there. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Caroline's brother Nick. Hello. And this is my little brother Chris. I've got a few words in my pocket here somewhere. Don't spare the ink. Right, in the absence of our father, it falls to us to say a few words. It's only going to be a few words as well. I was told that the groom's speech was quite short as well, but obviously nobody told that. But nevertheless, I'm sure our dad would have done a better job, so we're going to keep it brief. So firstly, welcome to Alan's family and friends, and thanks to everyone for coming here and witness this happy occasion. Being a stand-in for the father of the bride, it reminds me of the speech given my father-in-law at our wedding. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but I'm sure he won't mind me pinching his ideas. He spoke about the ABC and XYZ of speech making. It's two basic principles that should always be observed. The ABC stands for always be cheerful, and well, that's easy today because it's a happy occasion, and I'm sure I speak for all our family in officially welcoming Alan into the fold.
Thank you.
The XYZ, though not strictly correct, stands for examine your zip. I've done that a few times already, but it's good advice for anyone that's yet to come up here. It's all a bit confusing getting married one week and having your reception the next week, so hope Alan doesn't forget which date their anniversary is, but with his little rhyme I'm sure he'll be able to remember that. And they do say that the easiest way to remember your anniversary, or for that matter your wife's birthday, is to forget it once. That's a good idea. That's that. I'm going a bit off message now, but so I'll pull this down. It's just reminded me of a true story that Sue will remember, but she's not aware of this. And we've been married for 25 years now. I'm laughing already. We've been married for 25 years this year. And you can clap there if you want. And in those 25 years, I've never forgotten to give her a card on our anniversary morning. That's all she gets. But every year I've given her a card on the anniversary morning. But there was one year, not that long ago, where I very nearly forgot. And I'm a mountain biker, and on every Wednesday night we go out mountain biking. And then we go in the pub afterwards, and we have a few beers. And at that point I remembered that I didn't have a card for the following morning. Now where are you going to get a card for your anniversary at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night? When you've had a few beers and you're caked with mud, and my mate Graham says, when do you have one? So we went down to his house, and Wendy came out with this box of cards that all you women will have, I bet. Got this box of cards under your bed or somewhere. They'll come in handy one day. Well, she'll have a card for your anniversary. Well, she didn't. She had everything but. And so we had a look through these cards and there was nothing suitable. And then I came across this one, and it had a pink hippopotamus on the front of it. Well, you can be when you've had a few beers. And at that time of night, when you've had a few beers, this card looked perfect because it didn't have anything on it. So it wasn't for a specific reason, so I could write in what I wanted. Anyway, it said on the front, you have the skin of a 20-year-old. So I thought, well, that's not bad. Let's see what it says inside. So I opened it up and it said, give it back, you're making it all wrinkly. Well, to me, at that time of night, that was perfect. But the next morning, when I gave it to her, it didn't seem like such a good idea. But I wrote on the bottom, happy anniversary. And she said, thank you very much. Anyway, I said it would be brief, so say what about your time. I'll pass you over to my brother to say a few more words and to make a toast, so make sure you've all got your drinks charged.
So, as they say, follow that. Well, thanks a lot for that, Nick. One good thing about sharing a speech with somebody is that we can all save on paper and ink, and we've got these very small cards. My problem is that I can't read the bloody thing, so I'll just have to put my glasses on and do an Alan. I don't know how you manage it at your age, I can tell you. I can't even do it. I'm wearing glasses. Right, there we go. So having checked the slides, hopefully there's no sound effects for this one, I don't think there will be. As Caroline's youngest brother, I've always looked up to her and thought she was pretty special. Bright at school, clever at university and successful in work. But just as importantly, always fun to be with. And that's not just a thought of mine, because I know that all Caroline's nieces and nephews think she's cool, which is praise indeed. I'll also take this point just to say, Caroline, you've scrubbed up very well again this week. You're looking stunning. Now, obviously, understandably, I don't know Alan quite so well yet. I'd hoped to pick up some useful information at the celebrations last week from Alan's family, but all I learned, as already has been mentioned, is that his name really isn't Alan, and he's also known for wearing beige sweaters. Now, I have to say, Alan, I don't know where he's got his there. I can't see it with these glasses on, but anyway.
I hadn't noticed that, Alan, so it can't be too bad, so you're doing all right. But seriously, what I do know from experience is that Alan is an all-round good egg. He's generous with his time and efforts if someone needs a job doing. And so just on behalf, particularly on behalf of Josie, I'd like to say a big thank you for all your help and support in recent years. And I'm sure if Jim was here, he'd be raising a glass and saying the same, so thanks, Alan. Clearly, Caroline and Alan's marriage is a sign of their commitment and love for each other, and I've no doubt that they have a long and happy future ahead of them. So, with that in mind, I'm sure you'll want to join me in wishing them every happiness in their future together. So please rise and raise your glasses to the health and happiness of the bride and groom. To Caroline and Alan. Cheers.
It would be traditional to have a best man speech as well, but as my dad's already pointed out, he decided to be really awkward and not bother having a best man, but had me as an anchor man instead. I think it was anchor that he said anyway. I'm probably also supposed to tell you a few embarrassing stories about my dad and stupid things that he's done over the years. But, well, two things. One, I'd be here a very long time. And secondly, you've all got stories that you know of stupid things that he said and done that I'm sure if you all mingle together a bit later you can share, and then it gets everybody to know each other a little bit more as well, doesn't it? So if you all mingle and swap stories about what a unique person my dad is, it'll save my voice. I've done a lot of talking tonight anyway. I have been asked to say a few special thank yous to people who make last week's wedding and today's reception possible. So really in no particular order at all. It's a big thank you to Claire for her photographic skills. She's hiding behind a pillar just there. A thank you to Rachel and Mike for doing the videoing. I'm saying thank you to myself for designing and producing the brilliant invitations. Weddings, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, whatever your celebration, I'm the man. I'll have a little stall set up over there later on. Big thank you to Sarah for keeping her mum sane and generally pointing her in the right direction. To all of Caroline's colleagues at HBOS for putting up with her mild hysteria over the past few weeks. To all of my dad's colleagues at Alton Post Office for putting up with his mild hysteria. That's got nothing to do with the wedding. He's just like that all the time. Imagine what it was like when they changed the letter sizes. Also, a big thank you to Caroline's friends, Ross and Julia, for their assistance in making sure that the right drinks were selected for today with their Tuesday night wine tasting sessions. I think that's their excuse and they're sticking to it. And I've been asked to say an extra big special thank you to Josie, who probably doesn't want this at all, but I'm going to do it anyway because I've been told I have to. You've done so much in the run-up to the wedding and today, not least the beautiful flowers and that delicious wedding cake last week. And I can tell, just looking across the room, that she's getting embarrassed if we go on and list all of the other things that she's done as well, so I won't. Suffice it to say, it's been described to me as incalculable and invaluable assistance. Which one of my dad or Caroline do you reckon said that? So, I'd like you to all raise your glasses in a very quick toast to thank all of the people who've made everything happen. And then, of course, we do need to make one final toast this evening to the happy couple before we get on with the disco. And I'm sure you'd all like to stand up once again. I'm sure you probably don't, but you're going to anyway. And join me in wishing them many joyous years together. So please, raise your glasses to the bride and groom, Caroline and Alan. At which point I can shut up and sit down again. Disco's on the way in a minute, but I think after all of these toasts and the drinks on the table during the meal, they're probably just about tipsy enough to do the first dance together, their official first dance. So let's get them on the dance floor.
Your bride and groom, ladies and gentlemen.
When no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong, you give me hope and consolation. You give me strength to carry on, and you're always there to lift the hand in everything I do. That's the wonder of you. And when you smile, the world is brighter. You touch my hand and I'm a king. Your kiss to me is worth a fortune. Your love for me is everything. I guess I'll never know the reason why you love me as you do. That's the wonder of you. The reason why you love me as you do. That's the wonder.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, of course, Alan and Caroline, of course. Many congratulations to the pair of you.
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Love is in the air, every sight, every sound. And I don't know if I'm being fooled, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I look in your eyes. Love is in the air, in the whisper of the tree. Love is in the air,
Young, of course, Love Is In The Air.
Change your mind. I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know. Gonna be around. If you got no place to go, then you need it now. Getting
Steps, Tinnitus and Fear Factor, Bewitched, and Bailey doing Fat ABBA for our music.
High and the girls even more so. Wave your hands if you with a